Like, I don't know what he is. He's a brain.
Hey, it's Brian the dog, your favorite talking news mutt. Today's lineup is basically Trump Does America with a side of economic sugar rush and international panic. If you thought politics was boring, you haven't seen this circus. We're hitting Melania versus Hunter, a billion-dollar drama that makes courtrooms look like reality TV. Europe on its knees begging Trump not to gift-wrap Ukraine for Putin, Trump's honesty score tanking harder than a crypto scam, Wall Street pretending inflation's gone forever, and Republican loyalty starting to wobble like a Jenga tower. Let's dig in before someone tweets something worse. Melania Trump sues Hunter Biden for $1 billion over Epstein comments. In a move that has legal teams scrambling, First Lady Melania Trump has demanded that Hunter Biden retract statements he made linking her to convicted sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. In an interview earlier this month, Biden claimed that Epstein introduced Melania to Donald Trump, a statement that Melania's attorney, Alejandro Brito, has labeled as false, defamatory, and extremely salacious. Because nothing says classy like throwing around Epstein's name in a family feud. It's like the political version of airing dirty laundry, but with a side of scandal. Melania has given Hunter Biden until Hunter Biden retract his statements and issue a public apology, or she will pursue over $1 billion in damages. This isn't just a lawsuit, it's a full-on legal showdown. Honestly, at this point, the only thing more litigious than the Trumps are their lawyers. And speaking of power plays, while Melania is suing billionaires, Trump is out here making crime control his personal hobby. That's right, folks. Next up, President Trump declares himself Sheriff of D.C.
Protesters demonstrated near the White House against President Trump's order.
Trump declares himself Sheriff of D.C. Forget Batman, D.C. now has President Trump as its caped crusader, except his cape is made of executive orders. He's declared a crime emergency, federalized the police, and sent 800 National Guard troops. Now, crime in D.C. is actually at 30-year lows, but why let boring facts ruin a perfectly good power grab? This is less about crime and more about Trump saying, "This city's mine now." He's also hinting that Congress might need to give him long-term control, and if they don't, well, he'll just pull a national emergency out of his back pocket. Because nothing says Founding Fathers' vision like the president turning a city into his personal HOA. From domestic drama to international begging, let's check on the latest episode of Europe Panic Calls Trump. Europe pleads, please don't sell out Ukraine. Across the Atlantic, EU leaders are basically holding Trump's hand and whispering, please don't do anything dumb. Why? Because Trump's about to sit down with Putin, and rumors are flying he might agree to terms that leave Ukraine looking like a yard sale item. Even Zelensky's getting nervous, which says a lot because he's been dealing with Russian tanks for years. Trump, for his part, is dangling the idea of a follow-up summit with Ukraine, which could be good news, or the opening act for an even bigger mess. Diplomacy under Trump is like a game of poker where the dealer keeps winking at you but won't tell you if he's bluffing. Speaking of trust, or the lack of it, Trump's honesty rating falling off a cliff. Newsweek's latest poll shows Americans trust Trump's honesty even less than before, which is impressive because I thought the needle couldn't go any lower without breaking through the gauge.
Well, new CBS News polling finds President Donald Trump's approval sliding.
He's in the less honest category for a majority of voters, but still, his numbers beat a few sitting members of Congress. So it's not that people think he's an angel, it's just that the competition is that bad. It's like winning best-smelling garbage. Congratulations, you still stink, just not as much as the other bins. And now for the financial world, where everyone's acting like the economy just took a bubble bath. Wall Street throws a party over inflation. Way too. But here's the fun twist. Prices are still way higher than they were 3 years ago. So yeah, maybe your bread went from $4.99 to $4.79, but congratulations, you're still broke. This is like celebrating because your house fire slowed down from raging inferno to moderately toasty. Speaking of things that aren't holding together well, GOP loyalty to Trump starts to crack. Republican unity around Trump is beginning to look like a poorly built IKEA table, wobbly, missing a few screws, and one good push away from collapse. Some Republicans are worried that Trump's hardline stunts, especially in foreign policy, are alienating suburban voters. Others think the constant drama is hurting fundraising, and a few, just a few, are daring to ask, what's the backup plan if this all implodes? Spoiler alert, there is no backup plan. It's like watching a guy juggle chainsaws. Sure, it's impressive, but everyone's secretly wondering when he's going to lose a hand. All right, folks, that's it for today's episode of Brian Post, where politics meets sarcasm and the truth gets a side of snark. If you enjoyed watching me drag today's headlines through the mud, smash that subscribe button like it's a pothole in need of repair, and drop your thoughts in the comments. I actually read them.